guys? Joe Szymanski here. How do you like that, Mason Nation? Another big win for your Patriots today. Student section absolutely showed out. Go green and gold. Hey, Mason Nation. Did you miss me? It has been too long, fellow Mason fans. Welcome to Season 2. That's right, Season 2 of the Onward to Victory podcast, here only on the Giant Killer Network. We are all back, and we are all so excited to be back with you all. It is only a couple of days until the Mason basketball season kicks off once again. And let me tell you, folks, I am excited. I am excited for our men's team. I am excited for our women's team. I am just excited for everything because you guys know, and I know, guys, the vibes, they feel good, don't they? You know, we had a coach. We had a coach we were hopeful in for the past 2 seasons. Since I've started contributing basically to Giant Killer, we've had a coach that we had a lot of hope in. We had a lot of hope in that coach. And we hoped that he was going to take us back to the level we were at under Coach L. Didn't happen, but clearly what he did for us was enough for him to get a job at a higher power elsewhere in a more northern part of our country. But what does that matter? Because Tony Skinn is back in action as our head coach. He has put together a team that looks, if you watch that West Virginia scrimmage, I get it, folks, it's preseason. You can't get excited over preseason. It's just a scrimmage, but it was a live scrimmage. Fans in the building, West Virginia fans, giving us all they had. Cameras are on. People were watching. But it was just a scrimmage, and you're right. Probably not maybe the biggest thing to get excited about, but hey, I got excited. Let me tell you, folks, I got excited. I got excited by that performance. We got 9 new guys. We have 9 new guys on this team from last year. Only 3 guys from last year's 20-win team are back. Only 2 of them played solid minutes with, really. You had Ronnie and you had Malik. Look, people talk about Dinkins didn't really play solid minutes. We have 2 guys who gave us minutes last year on this roster. And Tony Skinn came together, put together a heck of a staff. And I gotta say, honestly, a better staff than the former staff. Let's look at this staff. First of all, assistant coach Steve Curran. You steal the top assistant from St. Bonaventure, one of the most stable and successful A-10 programs of the last decade. You get him to leave Olean, and you get him to come to Fairfax. How about that? You get a guy who was helped recruit gem after gem after gem in the A-10. He knows what it takes to win in the A-10. Steve Curran's that guy. You've got Mikey Cannon. Mike, I love Mike. If you see Mike on Twitter, I love Mike. He's energy defined. This is a guy, you get a rising star, considered rising assistant star from Sam Houston State, a rising program. And you're talking about a guy who knows to recruit the Texas area. Oh, look, we need Tony. Tony's going to recruit the DMV. We got guys who are going to recruit the DMV. But Texas is a hotbed for talent. And Coach Mike knows Texas. Look at who we've already... Justin Begg is a guy who we got because of Mike. This is a guy who comes from Texas. Texas guy, Justin Begg. And we got him because of Coach Mike. We helped get him because we had a guy from Texas on the staff who knows how to go down there and recruit one of the most talented states for athletes. Biggest state for athletes in the entire country. We got a guy who can go down there and knows how to recruit down there. Then how about Lewis Hinnon? Maybe the most underrated guy on staff. another rising star assistant from UMass Lowell, who we get to come here to Fairfax. A guy who knows ball. This staff is better than our old staff. And Tony Skinn put that together. And then he put this team together. A team that has 9 new guys on it. And look at the names he went and got. The first guy he went out and got, and we talked about Patriot pressure. He went out and got Jared Billups from Siena. We're talking about a guy who has been known his whole career, who will get in any scoring guard's face and will suffocate them, will get after the ball. I mean, think about that play against West Virginia. He locks up one of their better guards. He basically blocks up a pass he was going to make, steals it, and goes to the other end for a dunk. We haven't had a guy like that in years at Mason who would go and do the stuff that Jared Billups does. We have that guy. And I'm ready for it. He was the first guy that Tony Skinn went and got out of the transfer portal, and let me tell you, that was a message that he sent. That was a message that Tony Skinn sent when he said, when I'm going to build this team, we're going to build this team with guys like Jared Billups, guys who are dogs, guys who fight for the team every single night, every single game. Jared Billups, let me tell you guys, he's that guy. He's that guy. I am ready for this type of player to be a part of this team. And I can't tell you how excited I am to have Jared Billups be a part of this program. I'm so excited to have him be here. And I'm so excited to be a part of this team. Let's talk about another guy he wound and got almost right away. You know, we needed a guy who was going to play big minutes. We needed a guy who was going to be a man in the middle. And Tony Skinn went out and got Amari Kelly, a guy who could play at the 5, a guy who could play at the 4, athletic freak, defensive stopper, gets blocks, could play up in the post. Went and got him after a great season at UNC Wilmington. Went out and got him. And how about this? We needed a guy who could get buckets. We needed a guy who could create his own shot from every level of the floor. A guy who could get to the basket, a guy who could shoot a 2, and a guy who could hit 3s. And he went out and got a guy who wanted to come back home, close to home. He wanted to come back to the DMV. And Tony Skinn went out and got Darius Maddox, a guy who has hit big shots at Virginia Tech, the guy who has played at a high level at Virginia Tech. He was in the portal, and he came to us, Tony Skinn, after Maddox went to Penn State, took a visit to Penn State, who have that nice, shiny new head coach by the name who we all know and hate, Mike Rhodes. And he went and Mike Rhodes said, no, I want to go home and I want to play for Tony Skinn at George Mason. And now he's one of us. And look at the shots that he can create, what we could do. And then he went out and got 2 young guys who were going to be here. Nicolas Pavret, the Frenchman, the French center who can play at any point. He's going to be a project. But he is a guy who Tony Skinn believes in. If Tony believes in him, I believe in him. And then he went and got out one of the future pieces of this program, Keyshawn Hall, a highly rated transfer out of UNLV, a guy who's a kid. He's 20. He's transferring after his freshman season. Wants to come back to the East Coast. Had offers from everywhere. Power 5, other highly A10 schools. He was looking at VCU, folks. He was looking at them. Came to George Mason. Tony Skinn got him to George Mason. And I think about other guys. You know, think about all these other guys who've gotten out of the portal right now. Look at some of these names. Woody Newton, another DMV guy. Wanted to come home. We got him to come home. This is a guy, played at Syracuse, played at Oklahoma State. Guy who wants to be in the DMV. And a guy who wants to be here play for us. And then I went out there, got some other names. Trey Wood, Speedy, little demon from LIU, was looking to transfer. Got him here. Jalen Haynes, I understand Jalen, he might not play. He needs a waiver. You know, with everyone else, the signs are not good. But I think when he's here, Jalen Haynes is going to be a beast. He's going to be a beast of a player. Tony Skinn convinced one of the best lower conference players last year to come to George Mason. And then he got a freshman. He got a freshman to enroll as a 2023. Got a kid from Canada come here to George Mason. Baraka Okoji. And if you've seen this kid play as a freshman, again, they're preseason. But if you've seen this kid, he doesn't look like a kid. He looks like he's ready as a freshman to step up and take big minutes for this program at the point guard spot. And Tony Skinn got him to come to Mason. That's why I'm excited, folks. We're going to play good defense. We're going to play fast. We're going to get to the basket. No more camping and no more trying just to force bad shots. We're going to go after the ball and we're going to get it done. I am excited. I know you guys are excited for what this program is starting to ready here. So I do want to hear from you guys. Who's going to be the star of the show this year? Is it a known product? Is it going to be Ronnie, who we know can take over games at will? Is it going to be someone new? Is it going to be Darius? Is it going to be Keyshawn Hall? Is it going to be someone that maybe we don't think is maybe the guy right now is going to become the guy? I want to hear from you guys. Who's going to be our key player for the year? Who's going to be our top dog? But folks, more importantly, we got Monmouth. First game at home, first game of Tony Skinn's era. Got Monmouth on Monday. And I want to tell you guys who I think the key player for this game is. Our key player is going to be Ronnie Pola. Because I want to see what Ronnie does in this offense. I want to see what he does when he's the guy in this offense in a real game. And I trust him. After last year, what he was able to do for us last year, he deserves all the trust in the world from us as fans of this program. Ronnie Polite is our guy. He is our leader for the year. And I can't wait to see what he does. He is my key player for our upcoming game against Monmouth. And then finally, let's talk about it. Predictions for the game? Mason's going to win. And I say smack the over, folks. No longer am I saying hit the under on George Mason. This is a team that's going to play fast-styled offense. We're going to get to the basket. We're going to look for that shot every time. We're going to drive. We're going to go to the hoop. Hit the over on this George Mason Monmouth game. I am ready. I am jazzed for this team and for this season. And I can't wait for you guys to join me as we look upon for this new season, because I want to hear it, folks. Are you ready? Because I know I am. We'll be ready here on Monday. Go green and gold. See you then. Go George Mason.